Yo, what's up, guys? It's Eugene, Smilez, and have y'all checked out the new Beyonce album? Cause we about to review it right now. So, your prayers have been answered. That's if you're a Beehive fan, Destiny's Child fan, Beyonce, whatever. Your prayers have been answered. Beyonce has dropped her 8th album? A lot of y'all gonna say, oh, no, it's her 7th. It's B7. I know y'all don't like to count The Lion King, The Gift album, but baby, that was a Beyonce album. Yes, it was. Yeah, it was a themed album, but guess what? This is kind of a themed album too. Yes, it was kind of themed on a movie, but it's her 8th album. Beyonce has finally dropped Renaissance, and one thing I can definitely tell you about this is I love the rollout. Now, I am not a part of the Beehive. I'm not a part of the Beehive. But I have watched Beyonce since she was in Destiny's Child. I am one of the people that grew up with her from early days of Destiny's Child. Even when she was like, you remember, "It You Got Me Wide, Wide Open. Get You Got Me Wide." Now, if you're not a real Beyonce Destiny's Child fan, you don't know nothing about that. Now, I don't know where that song at, whose song that is, but they need to release that song. But Beyonce has finally dropped her album, and this rollout was fucking amazing. This rollout reminded me of the old days, where people would drop a single, let it, rest for a little while, and then drop an album. Like Beyonce said, okay, bitches, y'all motherfuckers have been bugging me about a dance album. Y'all been trying to get me to do B-Day Part 2. This is what we about to do. And Beyonce knows her fan base. Majority of Beyonce fans are black gays. I mean, it is what it is. Not going to say nobody else likes Beyonce, but her core fan base are black gays. I mean, the hair whips, the ultra feminine attitude, like, y'all know what it is. Y'all pretty sure y'all been looking through y'all timeline and there's been a bunch of black gays talking about this album every day. And one thing about me, I am a true music fan. I have to make sure I sit with an album. I have to sit with it. I have to listen to it over and over again. I have to listen to it when I'm in different moods, when I'm when I'm driving on my car speakers, in my headphones, when I'm at the gym, when I'm walking through the grocery store. I have to listen to the album. I have to get into the album. And I have to really, really give a review, because people are giving reviews less than 24 hours. And I'm just like, y'all ain't even really listened to the album. Y'all ain't even really get deep into the album. You need to get deep into the album. Not just the instrumentals and the melodies and the vocal arrangements. You got to get deep into the lyrics and the flow, and we're going to get into it now. That's why it took me so long, which is really a couple days, because it ain't even been out for a whole weekend yet, to do a review on it, because I have listened to the album over and over and over and over, and I just started to repeat songs. Now, I've just started to kind of repeat and dig around and stuff like that. So, we're going to talk about Beyonce's Renaissance album. First of all, who is this album for? Though people might be like, oh, the albums aren't made for anybody. Yeah, their albums are made for core audiences. And the core audience for this album is the black gays and the black gay allies. And when I say allies, I mean the people that like to also party with the black gays. If you like house music, if you like bounce music, she mixed up. The main core of the album is going to be house. And she samples a lot of old house jams, and the production is kind of house, but it's house, Afrobeat, bounce, R&B, of course, disco, which Beyonce on disco is going to be amazing. I hope we get a little bit more of that, because we got a little bit of it with Blow from the Beyonce album, which was one of my favorite songs from the album. And of course, hip hop, because though we were kind of tired of her rapping a little bit, she threw a little bit in there. In the America's Got It Wrong, she threw a little bit in there, which is fine. Just give us a little bit, Beyonce, because we want singing. We want you to sing, girl. We want you to sing. So the album is for the black gays, the people that want to dance. One thing that the music industry is missing right now, which I'm glad Cardi B actually brought it up in an interview, we don't have any dance music. When you go to the club, it's all that same trap music. It's all that same city girl stuff. And that's cool, but I want to dance. I remember going to the clubs. Even when I was in high school, there was a club in Augusta called Tinted Windows. If you know Augusta and you grew up there, you know what Tinted Windows is. We used to dance. Now, it used to be crunk. Crunk was a different thing, but we used to dance and we used to party. We used to sweat. I used to go to the club and sweat. I mean, I might have had a cute fit on or something, but I didn't care. I just wanted to dance and have fun. And this album gives us that. And I hope more people bring that on. And a lot of people were talking about her versus Drake. Drake's album, though it's not, I'm not going to say it's horrible, but what killed it for me was his singing. If he would have rapped a little bit more over the beats rather than that awful singing, it would have been better. But don't compare the two albums because they're two totally different. You can tell that Beyonce took her time with this album. She got the right people in place, got the right samples, and she made it happen with this. Drake threw something together with some beats that he thought was cute. So do not compare the two albums. What is the way I can describe this album in 3 words? Euphoric, love, I'm sorry, this is the phrase, bad bitch energy. This album is giving bad bitch energy. When I was listening through the album, I was thinking of when she was doing I Woke Up Like This, like that kind of energy on it. Like she is doing that, and she loves the gays. She knows the gays love that, and that's why she did it. And it's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. She did what she needed to do for this album for her core fan base. Everybody's not going to love this album. Everybody doesn't love house music. Everybody doesn't love Afro beats. And I seen somebody describe the album as being all over the place, but in a good way. And it is, because if you listen to it and you don't have that kind of ear for the change in production, the change in beats, the flow of the album, y'all, the flow. I love when the song flows right into the next song. People don't really do that anymore because now everybody likes to make kind of singles, and then the new generation doesn't listen through albums from start to finish, from 1 to 12. They put it on random, which is so stupid because I hate when Spotify plays your album on random and I didn't pick random. Don't do that shit. If I pick the first song and let it play all the way through. You have to listen to this album from beginning to end. Does it have any skips? The only song that I wanted to skip on first couple listens was Plastic Off the Sofa. Don't throw any tomatoes at me. Do not start typing in the comments yet because I've seen everybody going up for that. And my girl Sid from the internet, love Sid, seen her live. She wrote the song. And I love Sid, but I wasn't feeling it. When I compare it to like Rocket and Dance For You, like kind of those sexy kind of, it doesn't compare, but I never skipped it. On the first couple of, I just was like, this is one of the songs that I don't really care for too much, but it's not a bad song. But if I had to pick a song to skip, it would be Plastic Off the Sofa. What are my top 3 tracks? Comfy is probably my favorite. Like, I feel like I'm comfortable in my skin. I feel good in my skin. Like, it's one of those kind of songs. That's just one of them feelings like, yes, I love myself. I feel comfortable in my skin. I can wear whatever. I just think about people are like, I got to do some push-ups before I go to the pool party. And I'm just like, for why? Because I got to be pumped. I'm just like, nigga, I'm that nigga before I do push-ups. I'm that nigga in whatever outfit I put on. I'm going to always be that nigga. I'm going to be there because I'm comfortable in my skin. And guess what? I'm looking good for myself. And when you have that confidence and you look good for yourself, you know you look good for yourself, everybody else going to think you look good too because confidence is very attractive. Confidence, not arrogance. Confidence. It's a difference. So comfy in my skin, that spoke to me. Comfy is definitely my number 1 my favorite song. Virgo's Groove, which it's a nice disco bop. And what sold it for me is her vocals. Love me, love me, love me. Like she just started eating up the end. And one of the things I kind of feel with Beyonce while she was making this album, she was probably like, I ain't really got to sing on this album because the beats and everything was giving it to us anyway. But you know what? I'm going to find somewhere for me to sing. And she was like, I'm going to throw these vocals in there. And at the end of the Virgo song, whatever, she was singing. She was hitting all the riffs and the runs and the falsettos. And I said, okay, B, yeah, we know you can sing. I know you had to remind us. I ain't mad at it. She did her thing. Move is my shit. If y'all are in Atlanta, come to my cycle class. I did Move and I did Comfy. And yeah. I was doing the African dances in the gym and shit with Move. Yes. Move is my shit. Where does this rank where does this rank in her catalog? A lot of y'all was going on and on talking about how this is better than B-Day. Sit with the album. Can y'all sit with the album? Y'all not even sitting with the album good. Like, it ain't even been a full week. Y'all already, oh, this better than B-Day. Calm down. We're in this society now where we think the most recent thing that has come out is better. And that's not always the case. Like, cut it out. But I think after so many listens, it definitely is mid to high. I will put it somewhere in maybe top 3 or 4, just off of, you know, first weekend listen and listen to it lots of times. But we're gonna sit with the album, and I might do another Beyonce's album ranks, which I will put a link up for that I've already done. So, staying power. You know what's gonna keep this album alive? The gays, the black gays, the house community, the balls. This album, has so many songs that they can vogue to, walk to, strut, all of that, pose. The album has so many. And we know that the ballroom scene, they use really a lot of the same music, and they're going to definitely insert a lot of this Beyonce music into it, and we're going to hear this over and over again for probably ever, until somebody else of a big name and stature comes and does something else like that. But Beyonce has definitely cemented herself in the ballroom community with this album. I'm going to give the ranking out of 5. I'm going to say 4, maybe 4.5. Only because I think there were a couple of more house artists that she could have collaborated with, like Kaytranada. Like, that should have been the number 1 person on her list, for her to hit him up and be like, hey, what's your beats? Like, what beats you got? Because Kaytranada is so dope. He won 2 Grammys. He's actually the first black artist to win Grammys in the dance category. He won for 10%, and he won for his album, Best Dance Album. And so dope, so amazing. I was very disappointed and kind of confused on why Beyonce didn't reach out to him. Kalia, I think it's Kela. She has a lot of really dope music, and it would have been great for her to work with Miss Azealia Banks, but we know how problematic Azealia Banks is, so not surprised. But y'all, how do you rank this album? How many times have you listened to it? What's your favorite song? Definitely comment below, and I will see you next time.